This deal looked like a gold mine on paper, but in reality, it was a total disaster waiting to happen. Let's dive in today together to determine what went wrong exactly and how you can avoid these mistakes.
Okay, I'm gonna give the backstory of what happened here. What we can see from the county records is an investor purchased this house using a hard money loan. The loan amount was $216,000, and that loan was originated last summer. Working backwards from that number, most lenders typically loan out at 70% loan to value. So the lender sent an appraiser in here. The appraiser said, okay, based on the scope of work that this investor submitted, we're gonna appraise this house at $300,000. That's what it's gonna sell for in the back end. A year later, we're looking at the investor defaulted on the loan. As we can see from the window in the front of the property, they have a stop work order on the house, which means they did not pull permits.
Whoa, hold up there!
City inspectors, tools down, folks.
What the?
And the lender had to foreclose, and now the neighborhood is left with this unfinished project. Where did this deal go south? Looking at the data, there are no pre-owned homes that are being renovated in this area that are selling anywhere north of the low 200s. Basically anything that's sold for close to 300,000 was a newer build. The houses were built between 2019 and 2025. Those are the only houses in this area within about a mile that are selling for over or close to 300,000. And they're not selling quickly. They sit on market, they're taking a long time to sell. That was mistake one. Mistake two is there's a stop work order on the house. They've done, from what I can see here, installed new windows. It looks like all new framing in the back of the house. They've ripped open the subfloor, looking at what looks like newer concrete piers, so they may have touched the foundation. They haven't pulled any permits on this, and that's a big no-no in this area. You're gonna get busted if you're in the downtown area and you're doing renovations. The city's always looking for projects like this where the investor did not pull the permits. Let's go ahead and get into the deal analysis and determine what numbers an investor would need to purchase this at today to make it work.
We have the property details already entered here. You can see we have a quick estimate, and then we can refine that estimate. What I'm going to do is, to save on time in this video, I'm going to basically refine down that estimate and hop back in once I finished and show you exactly what we built out.
A few moments later.
And we're back with our step 2 of our rehab calculation. I went ahead and filled out all the sections that we're going to need to cover based on what I saw in the house and how much money will get spent in these different areas. We don't have a roof, we don't have an HVAC. The foundation was already leveled from what I could tell, but you're still going to need an engineer's report and so on and so on. And basically, we're at a total of $105,000, give or take. Whether you're an investor or a wholesaler, I'm sure you've done this, where you've gone out to a house, you put numbers together, and you thought that you factored for everything, only to find out later that the bids come in higher than what you projected, and you just can't make sense of it. This is likely why.
I estimated $60,000 to renovate this house. One bid came in at 80, another's over 100.
You run numbers, and then a general contractor that's actually going to do the job comes out, they give you a bid, and you're like, why is this $10,000 or $20,000 higher than I was thinking? I don't understand how my numbers were so off. Well, this is why. You have to factor for how much you're going to pay somebody to actually manage the project for you. I built out this calculator for FlipperMap because I wanted something simple that got us straight to what we can pay on a house based on how much we want to make. So if we want to make $20,000 on this house, and we know it's going to cost us $105,000, let's say that we're going to sell for $215,000. And then our market assumptions are, let's say 2% on both sides. When we go to close, how much are we paying in closing cost? When we go to sell, how much are we paying in closing cost? And then realtor commissions, let's hold it at 6%. We're gonna likely pay seller concessions. Utilities currently aren't on at the house, so we can factor lower. And then we already have contractor contingency worked in. So now these are our offers. It's pretty straightforward what we can pay for this house. If we're in hard money, we can afford to pay $48,000 roughly. And if we're buying cash, we can pay roughly $61,000. The asking price on this house is $120,000. The chances of you securing this deal based on these price points and these max offers is basically close to zero.
So ultimately, right now, today at the list price of $120,000, this deal is going to be a pass. For me and for anybody I'm working with, I would not recommend anybody move forward on this deal anywhere near its asking price. The lessons that we've learned today are: be careful, depending on one opinion of value. Try to get more than one opinion of value if you're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into real estate. Lesson 2, pull permits. If you're gonna do a full renovation gut on a house, pull permits, do things the right way so that you don't end up in a scenario where you get busted by the city. If you want access to the tools that we have in FlipperMap, they're entirely free. So if you want to hop on flippermap.com, you can get access to the tools that I used in this video, in addition to another tool, which is our investment analysis tool, which I'll cover in another video, but all that's free. If you found this video useful, please like, comment, and subscribe.